All right. Hello, guys. Oof. Hey, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Unedited. My name is Lauren Nelson. I am your favorite sales and marketing coach. And in today's episode, we will be talking about perception and how your perception can either make or break your business. So let's get into it. And of course, I got my handy dandy notebook. Also, quick announcement before we get into today's talk. Black Friday sale, it is running, it is going. 50% off all of my services until November 26th or until all spots are sold out. More information can be found on my Instagram page. You'll see there's a Black Friday post. Go there to learn more. Okay. Now, into today's talk. The first thing I want to break down is the concept of perception, right? And essentially what perception is how we view the world, right? It is essentially what our personal truths are. And once you understand that your personal truths are made up based off of your personal experiences, the environment you grew up in, your parents and how they taught you, and your current friend group that you're around, the people you surround yourself with, once you understand that all of those things factor into your perception, then you'll realize how easy it is to then change your perception, right? And so the reason why perception is so important is because our perception is our ceiling. We cannot grow above what we believe to be true for us, right? And the thing is, when it comes to business, if you want to be successful, if you want to break boundaries and exceed the things that you've seen in your everyday life, right? What's normal for them may not be what you want to be normal for you. You have to change your perception. You have to change your viewpoint. Your personal truths that you hold on to have to change. And what I want you to understand is that even though you may think or you may see other people being successful, you may see other people, stepping outside of their comfort zone, being audacious, going after what they want, that doesn't mean that your personal truths have changed. You're watching somebody else's personal truth, you're watching somebody else's perception, and you're watching them live in that version of their perception. But that just because you're watching somebody else do it does not mean that you believe that to be true for yourself. So how do we know? I'm sorry, if you when my fan is on in here, it makes my nose tickle. Okay. So how do we know if our perception is limiting us? The first thing that we can look to is where we are right now. Where are you right now in your life? What are the things that you're doing to progress? What are the things that you believe that you can achieve? What are your goals? That's actually the first place that you can look. Depending on what your goals are for you, shows you where you put the ceiling on, right? And a lot of times, your personal goals are a reflection of the people that you hang around. If your goals are too big, the people around you, one, they might not support you. They might make you feel bad about your goals. They won't push you to become more because they don't know how themselves. So it can be limiting. So that's just another thing to keep in mind as you're trying to, step out of yourself, really elevate yourself, elevate your life, grow your business. You have to really watch the people that you're around, because depending on who you're around, it will shape and mold your belief system. And I want to give you guys a quick example of this. I am so sorry. I will not be editing this out. I want to give you guys a quick example of this. A while ago, I had a group of friends, and prior to getting around this group of people, I have been exposed to a lot of great things. I've been exposed to a lot of people who are so audacious. Thank God I have been, because it's what's allowing me to keep striving and keep doing more. And so the environment I had come from, where the sky is the limit. There is nothing that is impossible, and you can do that ethically, and you can grow and be successful and get wealthy clean without having to take advantage of people, without having to do people wrong, without having to lie and cheat your way to the top. Coming from this place, then getting into an environment where the belief set was completely opposite, where the belief set was only white people can be wealthy. If you acquire wealth, you had to lie and cheat and do something dirty to get there. And where people's actions didn't match what they wanted their outcome to be, going into that realm, I realized that it began to hinder me a lot, right? From going from a space where the sky is the limit, you can create as much as you want to, there's abundance everywhere, to coming into this space where it's limited, closed-minded, there's a lot of lack, scarcity, fear. It makes you cower down in a way. And it even got to a point where one of the people who was in the group, I mentioned to them, like, okay, let's say, for example, they said anybody who is a millionaire had to take advantage of people. And I was like, that's not true. And the first thing that needs to be very clear, a small business is a small business, I believe, until they hit like the 5 million mark. That's what a small business is considered. So I asked, I was like, if I were to sell bananas, 1 million bananas to 1 million hungry people for $1 each, did I take advantage of people? Let's say I did everything ethically. Am I wrong? If I just found a need, I got a product and sold it, does that make me evil? Does that make me bad? Does that mean that I did something wrong? To have served 1 million people, and mind you, there weren't even 1 million people, there were more than 1 million people in the city, and I know at least 1 million of those people ate bananas, right? So that's just an example. But even something as simple as that, once you realize that when it comes to business, all it requires is finding a need, right? And solving a problem with a good product or service that you can make money, like your world begins to expand. And so again, coming back to the concept of perception, if you have these limited beliefs inside of you, if your parents have always told you that the people who are rich, they had to do something bad in order to get it. You had to, put people down and all these things in order to acquire wealth, then why would you believe that you would ever acquire wealth? You will always find a way to self-sabotage. You will always find a way to bring yourself back down, because in your subconscious mind, you believe that if you have that, you're a bad person. So again, it comes back to your perception, your personal truths, and your environment, your friends, and your past have a huge part to play in that role of how you see yourself evolving in this lifetime and growing your business. So now moving on to the next point. Actually, I think we're gonna skip this one. Okay, yes, moving on to let's get a little bit deeper into how it affects your business, right? And we're gonna talk more specifically about sales. I know so many of you guys, I've heard you guys, you get in my DMs and tell me, I don't wanna be too salesy. I feel like if I talk about my product that, people won't want to hear, or they'll find me annoying, or, they just won't want to buy from me. That is your perception. That is nothing more than your perception. That is your own personal truth. But you want to know something? It is not my truth. It is not my truth, right? And let's just talk about how this affects the way you show up. When you think that when you post, people will get tired of you, do you think that'll make you post more, right? So if you're posting less and you know that in order to acquire sales, in order to grow your business, you have to build awareness. And that awareness comes from you posting consistently. But deep in your mind, you believe that if you post consistently, people will be tired of you. Let's try to make that make sense. Like, how how will you grow your business? Do you really want to grow your business, right? Again, it's coming back to perception, your personal fears, your personal limiting beliefs. Again, going to another example, you don't want to come off too salesy. You've been taught that if you promote something that is good for other people, and keep in mind, I'm speaking to the people who create products and services to better the lives of others, not the people who are just out here to get a quick buck, right? The people who go in with the intention of being customer centric and who have the intention of providing more value to the world. If you go online, whether you're selling on or offline, and you go in with the mindset of, I'm being too salesy, immediately you have already lost. You have already lost your bag. You might as well pack it up and go home, right? Because how can you see yourself as salesy if you're providing a solution to people who have real life problems? Again, going back to knowing who our target audience is, but I digress, that'll be for another video. But if you know the problem of your customer and you have the solution to your customer's problem, wouldn't it be selfish of you to not provide them with the solution? I don't know, is that just a me thing? Is that a me thing? I can't even fathom not showing up and talking about how I can help increase people's sales, help them learn how to do good marketing, help them learn how to grow their business online, because it'd be selfish of me. How could I go with these God-given skill sets and talents and not share them with the people who need them most? Who would I be to not share? Who would I be to not grow my community? Like, that's very audacious of me to think and be so selfish to hoard everything I know to myself. And same to you. It would be so selfish of you to have the best products, the best service, and to keep that to yourself. So it is only right of you to promote it every day. It is only right of you to show up every day for your customers because they need you. God blessed you with a talent, but you want to shy away because you're afraid of what some random people on social, not even random, what your high school friends, probably not even your friends, the people who stalk you online, think of you. It's wild to me. It's wild to me. And again, that comes back to our perception. You're perceiving that people don't like you. You're perceiving that if you show up, people will unfollow you, that you're not going to be providing enough value. We need to shift our mindsets to what I have is so valuable, it would be selfish of me not to talk about it. You need to write that down. You need to read that on your card every morning, because if without this mindset shift, you will never take the action needed. And you'll realize that when you have a certain perception, it also links to the amount of action you take. When you believe something is possible for you, the action follows. Right? If I told you that I had $1 million right now and all you had to do is come over and get it, wouldn't you take the action of booking your Uber, walking to my place, opening my door, coming inside to collect your cash? Yes or yes, right? So the same thing goes for your business. If you knew that on the other side, you would be able to achieve all of the things that you have in your mind, you would take the action, but you don't. So in order to change that belief set, it's required of you to remind yourself, remind yourself every single day of what the actual truth is. And the thing is, when it comes to perception, for me, I have to consistently, on an everyday basis, raise the ceiling that I set for myself. Because I know, depending on who I'm around, I could be limited. Depending on the environments I'm in, I could be limited. If I'm in my isolation period, I need to get expanders. That's the thing I wanted to talk about. That's the thing. Where did I write that? Looking for expanders. Let me just quickly define an expander. An expander is something that helps you, think of an expander as representation. right? I know for a lot of people, when they first saw Obama become president, the world opened for them. They saw it was possible. A lot of people don't realize the importance of representation, AKA expanders. For me, expanders have been everything. If I didn't go to the college I went to and was surrounded by the people I was surrounded with, I would never have the belief that I could be a millionaire before the age of 30. Never. I would never take the action to get there because I wouldn't have the belief. You know, and I see a lot of people now who have opportunity all around them, and because they don't take the time to expand their mind to see what else is possible outside of their small environment, right? Because I see so many people too, when they come to me and tell me what their truth is, but they're only following like 500 people on social media. They say, social media is this. I'm like, how many people do you follow? 500, 600 people. There's billions of people on social media, but because your own little environment, your own little pool is doing X, Y, and Z, you generalize everything else to be that as well. Another thing we can see with that is, again, going back to your friend groups, you calculating what the entire world is because this group of 20 plus people act a certain way, right? Let's say you've seen 1,000 plus people. 1,000 people in your environment have done things a certain way, so now that's the way the whole world is. It's not true. And going back to how I have to consistently remind myself and give myself new expanders, it's required of me if I want to go to the next level, and it will be required of you too. Without expanding yourself, you will consistently shrink back down to the environment that you're in. And if you're watching this right now, 9 times out of 10, the environment you're in is not serving who you want to become. Unfortunately, because majority of the population aren't really seeking to maximize their potential. They aren't necessarily all ambitious, right? They don't want to. Yeah, it really comes down to trying to maximize your personal potential and help those around you in your community become the very best they can be. It's rare to see that. And so, again, that's why it's so important that when you're looking to grow and evolve your business, you're consistently finding expanders, whether it be online mentors, if you're getting into accountability groups, you're just finding people in your local areas or trying to connect with people who are doing better than you. All of those things will play such a big part in helping you get to your next phase in life. So just to wrap all of this up, at the end of the day, our perception is our ceiling. And you don't ever want to be limited by your own perception, because that would be tragic. Continue to seek out expanders, continue to reevaluate your circles, continue to reevaluate the environments that you are surrounding yourself in, because they play a big role in getting you to where you want to be. If you want to make massive impact, get around other people who not only want to make massive impact, but are also having the actions to back that. People can say a lot of things in this world. I've seen it. I have seen it with my own eyes. People can talk a lot of good talk, but surround yourself around the people who are actually doing the work, and watch how fast your life changes. Watch how quick your perception changes, and watch how quick your reality changes. With that being said, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Another great episode of Unedited, where I will not be editing these videos at all. I don't know if this is a good or bad thing yet. We'll see. But just, again, another reminder, I have officially opened my Black Friday sale, which ends officially on November 26th. All of my services are 50% off. So if you are interested and you know that right now in your business you are feeling stagnant, you have no clue what you're doing in regards to sales and marketing, and you are ready to level up for 2024, be sure to visit my Instagram page to learn more. I'll drop the links down below. If you like this video, please like this video. I would really appreciate it. Like this video and subscribe. And I think tomorrow I'll be uploading another one. I don't know. I feel like God is calling me into my season of both consistency and intentionality. And this morning I was asking God for some clarity. I was told to show up for 30 days straight? Question mark? Yeah, I know, that's crazy. Showing up for 30 days straight, uploading a YouTube video for 30 days straight. So I'm gonna listen to it. I'm gonna listen to it. I'm in my season of listening to my intuition, listening to God. So we'll see what comes of it at the end. But again, thank you guys so much for watching. As always, I love you so much. I hope that you were able to get a lot out of this video. If you did, leave me a comment down below because I appreciate hearing all of your feedback. I appreciate knowing your thoughts. And if you want me to speak on another topic of your specific interest, you can drop that in the comment section below as well. But I'll talk to you guys tomorrow, and yeah, have a great day. Bye.